Good morning. Welcome to the mighty, mighty mastermind known as All In Within, because that's where we're at. We are all in within the inner development. There's nothing more advantageous than building that inside that becomes that outside, and your intermeshment with the world is much more valuable and helpful. And this is what we want to do today as elite performance individuals aspiring to be our best so that we can help the rest. We are using some cutting edge tools, and that's the AI Chat GPT, to give us ideas beyond the books, about things that we can do for a self-development curriculum. So I asked Chat GPT, can you give me some of the top 10 agendas and focuses you may considering embarking on in self-development journey? So I will read these 10 and then we will go around the room. Now, I want to preface this lesson with, there has been many self-development and self-improvement and cultural commentators who have pointed out there may be a separation between those who are able to use AI and those who are not. And being elite performance people who are staying on the cutting edge, when we hear about it, we investigate and we find out if it is helpful for me and for you and for the whole entire family and crew. Okay, so here we go. Establish clear goals. Define what you want to achieve in your personal and professional life. Establish clear goals. Develop a morning routine. Number 2, read regularly. Number 3, cultivate mindfulness. Practice being present in your mindful daily activities. Definitely right now, pay attention. Be here with heart and mind. Exercise and nutrition, learn new skills, maintain a journal, network and build relationships, manage finances wisely, and practice gratitude. Now, I went below. I just want to read through this first, and then we'll go. What diverse adversities, and we could just call this episode Diverse Adversity. What diverse adversities can we self-impose to build strength? And number 1, interesting what the computer says. Number 1 is cold showers. Number 2 is fasting. We were just talking about the science behind fasting and the stem cell and mitochondrial production that happens in the lion, you, after 3 days of not eating. Okay, physical challenges. Public speaking is number 4. Number 5 is digital detox. That's really impressive that the computer told us that, right? Silence and silence and solitude. Learning new skills. Budget constraints. And to chain off of that, I was just reading a Brad Lee email that says, until you got a lot of money, the only money you should spend is money that's going to be in the roller, that's going to be an investment back for value. Number 9 is mindfulness meditation challenges. And number 10, which was shocking and interesting to me, and my favorite one of all of them, is traveling solo. Okay, so let's go around the room and talk about diverse adversity, self-imposed, that we can do to build strength and character. Go ahead, Kevin. Go ahead.
Someone else here. Someone else go first. Sorry.
Okay, sounds good. Go ahead. Who wants to go? Go ahead, AK.
I'll go.
Go.
Well, you need to do the things that strengthen you, right? That give you that self-validation and stuff. And you're well, you know, you got to do the uncomfortable things. Like I said, mentioned that, I mentioned that quote from Aaron, me and Aaron were talking about it from Ellen.
Oh man.
All right, Aaron, you're up.
You know, he's,
All
We're
right,
losing.
Aaron, you were pausing there for a second. You might be back.
can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I, did you guys hear the quote? Like you and I were talking about, Aaron, the Eleanor Roosevelt, do something scary every day.
No, say
That
it again.
builds,
Oh yeah,
that
yeah.
strengthens you, gets you out of your comfort zone, broadens your spectrum of things you can do. And I guess your conscience and your ego, for lack of a better term, can guide you to the things that you need to do, especially stuff that builds you, like working out, getting up early, because your comfort zone will fight that stuff, and you'll be like, oh well, I don't want to get up. That's your indication that you need to get up, right?
Yeah.
And then you want to validate yourself with things that can't be taken from you, really, like your work ethic, your fitness, your you know just your ability to pull off tasks that you set forth for yourself. So that's kind of my opening
Yeah,
lines there.
I like that. Do something that you're scared of every day. Do something that gives you fear every day so that you can build courage. That's excellent. And to really concentrate on those things that are inner assets that you're not going to lose.
Yes, habitually adding more and more, setting
Yeah.
something for yourself, pulling it off more and more, just keep dialing it up. And you can't,
Yeah,
when you're
yeah.
starting
I go.
out, when
I
you're
can
first
add to
starting out,
this
you
now.
don't,
Now I'm fired up on this.
uh,
I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, am I truly challenging myself? And the answer is no. The answer is no. I'm not going to lie to myself and say that I'm truly challenging myself in areas where I think about doing something and then I don't do it. I think about it and I go, oh, I should do that, and then I don't do it. That's that thing. That's that thing that we all face. And yeah, you may do a lot. You may do a lot, but are you in your comfort zone of doing what you're doing? And the answer is yes. The answer is yes. You are totally in your comfort zone and in a routine that you are familiar with. And I'm sitting here right now and I'm thinking, yeah, I was going to go for a walk this morning with my phone on this video call, and I'm not doing it. Right. And why is because I'm in a routine of comfort. And that's the challenge that you have to, when you challenge yourself, you have to accept those challenges. You have to bring that challenge into your world, into your action, and really execute it and make that change. That 5 minutes or whatever, that when I had a conversation with somebody, do it for 5 minutes a day. 5 minutes. Okay, I'm going to do that for 5 minutes a day. So today I'm thinking about this. This is a great topic. Because once you challenge yourself and you actually do it, that's where you'll start. That's where progress starts. So there's always more, I guess is what I'm saying. There's always more. Always. There's always more. Always more. So we get caught in up in our routine that we get comfort. We seek the discomfort. We've seeked lots of discomfort and now we're comfortable with it. But what's the next level? What's the next level, right? So I don't know if anybody wants to add to this, but true challenges, like true actual challenges that you face and that you actually do. So that's what I got there on that, you know.
Let's go, AR. Let's go, man.
Yeah, man. I want to say diverse adversities. You have to have a variety of challenge and struggles that you place in front of yourself to build inner strength, right? I mean,
Yes.
there's two kinds of adversities. There's unavoidable and self-inflicted adversities. So it's unavoidable adversities like, damn, I got to go to the court. Damn, I got to pay this thing, unavoidable. But the self-inflicted ones are the ones that you place before yourself.
Yes.
Like the diet, the going to the gym, studying, meditating, journaling, all of those. Those are small little challenges that once you get the ball rolling, it's rolling. And I like the mindful meditation part too, because this is where you find some growth and strength through a mindful meditation and being aware of that internal dialogue. You're conscious, getting tapped in and will speak to you and tell you, direct you in what has to change, and
yeah.
Sometimes it's not going to be easy, but why should anything that's worthy be easy? It shouldn't be easy. That's why they're challenges, right? But yeah, diverse adversities, man. Many of them. You overcome these adversities, man, and that is where strength is found. Inner strength and inner peace too. Inner peace. So yeah, that's kind of what I got on that. But when you went down the list, Brandon, I identified with every single one of them. I was like, yeah, that's where it's at. Yep, that's true. You could always build more,
Right.
Totally.
Yeah.
So I pushed the program too. I said, what are some more creative self-imposed adversities, right? That are a little more outside the box. It gave some interesting answers here. Number one is a silent day. Commit to a day of complete silence, communicating only in your own personal writing. This can enhance your nonverbal communication skills and provide insight into your internal dialogue and extreme interactions. I knew somebody who would do this at one of these hippie farms I was learning at years ago. I knew a guy that would do this, and I was like, yeah, that's strange, but it's interesting to read it here and now. But I guess, yeah, Sundays he just wouldn't talk. Everybody knew. Okay. Here's an interesting one. I don't know how many of us really want to do this one, but wearing the same outfit, choosing to wear the same outfit for a month with appropriate laundering in parentheses. This simplifies your daily decisions, teaches you about social reactions to non-conformity, and can highlight your dependency on material expressions of identity. That's interesting.
That's exactly what James Allen says in this book, Mind is Master. He talks about just simplicity in everything, just in what you wear. He says that it makes for a better meditation too, and he tells you when meditation is impossible and the best grounds for meditation.
Well, when it's impossible is when we want to do it, right?
What?
When it's impossible is when we want to do it more, right? Because we're
That's
trying
right,
to challenge
yeah.
ourselves, man. We are
That's
impossible winners. We win in the impossible, right?
true.
Bring the impossible on. Okay, alternative transportation for a month. Start using the footmobile. Start using the bike mobile. Just give up your transportation. Force yourself to go old school. Number 5 is a reverse day. Spend the day doing your usual activities in reverse order. So I guess that's a play on adaptability, right? Like adaptability is the best measure of intellect, could be a great measure of strength as well. Doing different workouts builds different muscles, builds, and the larger your diversity of physical exercise is like the better your physique, right? Handwrite everything, artistic expression, technology blackout, to just make yourself use those natural strengths and build that natural relationship with the nature around you. I think if you're not doing art also, you're really not doing anything, right? That's just my own personal thought. But if any of you have any gas to throw on this fire at any time, please do so. And thank you for the quote, Patrick. That's a perfect analogy. Throwing gas on the fire is what we're doing here, giving ourselves diverse adversities. And here's my favorite one that I used to do all the time since I was a little kid, that does make you tougher than everybody, is sleeping on the floor. That's a great diverse adversity.
I used to love sleeping on the floor.
Yeah, man.
I did too.
You'll love it again.
I actually, if my back is sore, I sleep on the floor because bed's too soft. Sleep on the floor. I have the best sleeps on the floor. But being adaptable is probably one of the biggest things for me, because no matter what you get thrown at you, you have to be able to adapt to whatever situation gets thrown your way. And being prepared for that, I've talked about before, is going into any situation, not expecting the worst, but expecting a change or expecting something. Because I think a lot of people in this world, myself included, when you have a goal set in mind, even if it's I'm gonna go get a nice coffee and a bagel from this shop this morning, and then something happens and you don't make it there, and then you're like, ah, fuck. So it's like literally like, okay, well, if this place is closed or I can't get here, then you have another one. And it's so stupid and simple, but I think it's just the way it is. You always have to be able to adapt to any situation. And yeah, and the other thing was, I mean, the biggest thing is just getting out of that comfort zone. Because like for instance, last night, yesterday at work was kind of blah. The weather was off. I started early. I was in a place where I did not want to go to the shop later, but I knew I had to go. And all day I was making up excuses why I wasn't gonna go. And I called one person and I'm like, I'm tired. I just want to fucking go to bed. I just want to go home and relax tonight. I work so hard. I can take the night off. And they're like, yeah, they're like, yeah, come on. Yeah. Don't worry about it. You did work so hard. Just do it. I'm like, okay. So I'm like, now I'm instead setting my head. I'm like, fuck this. I'm not going. And then I call my other buddy and he's just like, he's like, you're going to feel like total shit if you don't go. Right. I'm like, fuck yeah, you're right. I'm definitely going to feel like shit. He's like, why don't you just go and start doing something? And as long as you get something done, then, as long as you get that one little thing done, it doesn't have to be anything. Maybe just go and clean for fucking 10 minutes and then you can leave. At least you did something. And by the time I got there, I was like, fuck, I should do that. And I start working on it. And I was like, all right, I got half that done. Cool. Now I can go home. And then I was like, no, I mean, I might as well just stay and finish the job. And next, I finished the job that I really needed to get done. And I went home feeling fucking awesome and achieved. And this morning, I don't even have to worry about what I just did yesterday because it's done. So tonight, the same thing. I'm going to go. And the first thing I'm going to do is clean. because it gets you going, it gets you moving, it gets you doing something. So I'll start cleaning a little bit. That's gonna take like 10 minutes. That'll get my shit going. I'm in action, and then fucking I'll start pegging away, and the next you know it's gonna stone roll into something else. So
Yeah.
anytime you got to you don't want to do something, at least just fucking start something. Just start
Yes.
something. And
Yeah.
I hate using that word, like at least. So like at least I did this much, at least I did this much, but it's true. At least you did something, at least you're doing more than someone else. You know, it's easy to kibosh and cancel the day over being fucking tired, or you know, being a little bitch, or fucking whatever. But you know, do one fucking thing to get you in action and watch where it goes.
Oh, as soon as
It,
I'll chime in on this a little bit. As soon as you kibosh your day, you feel like shit. I don't
Shit.
care what you do. As soon as you do that, you're in your mind. I should have done that. I should have done that. I should have done that all day long.
And you
And
should have.
I'm sitting here thinking, and I'm getting nauseous, like literally nauseous about the challenges that I'm giving myself and not doing them. I'm literally sitting here getting nauseous about how much more I can do. Like, it's making me nauseous, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Because if you're not satisfied, that is a good thing. Because you're putting pressure on yourself to move forward. Okay.
Well,
But
you know
this is
exactly what it is. I said this before, is that what that nauseousness and that dizziness, whatever, that's
yeah.
fucking anxiety. And anxiety, people take that anxiety word as some sort of fucking disease or a cold or something that just happened, when it's your body telling you you're not doing the right thing. It's fucking it's your inner self going ding 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 ding. Hello, motherfucker. Go. Do something,
Yeah.
bitch.
That's exactly what it is.
It only makes you fucking sick because you're sitting there fighting yourself over it. Like you're fighting yourself inside. Like, fuck. Okay, here you go, Kev. Get going, motherfucker. Oh yeah, all right. We'll fight each other. I'm gonna make you fucking sick. I'm gonna make you dizzy. I'm gonna make your fucking stomach turn, little bitch. Let's go. And it's not till you fucking actually do something about it that anxiety will fucking actually relax and be like, oh, all right.
Yeah.
You did some good work. Keep on going. Here's your reward. You can be happy now, you fuck.
Man,
it's an internal cognitive dissonance.
That definition can be so helpful. I mean, I was given an anxiety disorder, and never did I hear from the professionals a really confrontational definition like that. It is you not doing what you know you're supposed to do. And that's so fucking true, man. That is so true.
Well, it's
when you're doing it,
it's everything with you. What is fear? What is fear supposed to do? Fear is supposed to fucking protect you, right? You know, being conscious of your environment. What is it? Okay, woo, I don't feel fucking right here. What's wrong? You know, oh shit, I better check my 6. What's around?
Yep.
It's your body fucking tuning in and saying, hey, motherfucker, I think you're in the wrong area.
Yeah. Well, when you're in action, I don't feel much anxiety. I mean, you're in action, in motion, working on something. I mean, that's when you're accomplishing something, and then your mind's telling you that you're progressing, and then it's giving you gratitude.
And that was always my previous definition too. Is like, you only have anxiety because you haven't done your workout yet. Like, because there's no way you're going to have anxiety if you do 100, 200 burpees. You're just done with the anxiety's over, you know. But that is much more surgical. That's a much more surgical eye-opening, you know. And all challenges are opportunities to build strength, guys. So we're just talking about building strength and using all these opportunities, and then the anxiety that comes with not. right?
This topic is absolutely, this is where it takes you to the next level. This is next level shit right here. This is the next level. When you grab that challenge and you turn it into action. That's the step. That's the motion that takes you to the next to the top. That's the challenge. Oh, I'm on fire right now. This is just killer. This is how you open up your day right here. Right here. You know what I mean?
You got to push. And speaking of, so I pushed ChatGPT and I said, give me some more creative things, right? It says minimalist living, which it kind of already said. It says random acts of kindness. And I like that one a lot, especially in today's world, because nobody can freaking do it. You know, you all got to be pissed off. We were just talking about, you know, certain people put themselves in certain bad situations and then they act sort of rude and bad because of it, where, you know, you really respect that guy that maybe you've got bad circumstances, but he's got a smile on his face in the worst of circumstances. That's the person we respect. The other people we can understand, but that's just not taking adversity with character and class and head on, right? And we want to be James Bond. So language immersion, speak and interact only in the language you're learning for certain days a week. What's up, Richard Killer? Our long distance brother in New Jersey is doing this one right now. A navigation challenge. Navigate yourself into a new area without using any electronic tools geographically. And then it gives us the wake up hour challenge. And everybody here knows all about that one because we're coming to you while you're still sound asleep, probably, until you get on board with the adversity game here and start building yourself up and leveling yourself up. The no comfort zone, as Kevin. This
could be a daily check-in on challenges. Like it could really be a daily check-in in your journal of what you're challenging yourself to. Like for real, like getting down into it and being like, am I challenging myself? Because you'd be flying around like a motherfucker. You'd just be like, bam, bam, bam. Like you just be on fire. Like what's the next level? What is the next level? You know what I mean? Like soon as your mind thinks of something, bam, let's fucking go right now. Let's go.
I think that's what it is. I think that's what it is. Once we've told ourselves and we told God we're on a self-development journey. Now all these things like cold shower and do the call on a walk and all that shit's coming into our head. And that could literally be the conscious call of God responding to our intention. That other thing, man, I think your intentions are everything. That's a super detail. And if we were just to do every single one of those as maybe small and minuscule as some of them may seem, like take the walk or do the cold shower, I think that's it, man. I think right there, now you're just like, yeah. And then all of a sudden, probably you start receiving much more harder challenges into your head. And then you're just like, oh, it's in there. I got to do it. Oh, it's in there. I got to do it. You know, and as long as it's not killing your neighbor, because that comes into my head a little bit sometimes. But
think of the rapid speed, how you would achieve success.
Totally.
That's you just fucking nailed it right there. It's your daily fucking check-in. And what I said about the $1 million fucking whatever, right? That's your call from above saying, here's your list. Here's your list. Do it. Every day you'll get that money. You'll get that success. Just do it. And we're sitting there going, nah. And then anxiety kicks in and is like, you idiot. Just do it. I'm trying to give you every fucking opportunity and you're fucking up.
Yeah.
I can almost hear that too.
I can almost hear that too. Yeah. You can hear that.
Yeah, that's not the voice in your head. That's fucking yourself saying, no. Listen to that motherfucker.
That's exactly it. Whoa.
It's the angel above. Sorry, dude. Sorry, man.
Sorry, dude. Yeah. Oh, man. Oof. That's just.
I
I didn't
I
know.
actually love
You
that
can't
you
say
fucking
that
said daily
anymore.
check-in. This daily check-in thing, that just opened up shit for me because the journaling, I can't get past the journaling. I sit here and I'm like, yeah, today I was sad, blah, 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 blah. But daily check-in, fuck, that's dope. I want to do that. Daily check-in, I'll just check in with myself. Hey, man, did you do this? Hey, did you do that? What should you do tomorrow? So I now have my journaling fucking headline right here. Thank you very much.
And we
Yeah.
can't say we didn't know it was the angel above anymore because now we know. So we don't have that excuse. Thanks, Kevin. We really needed that one, man.
That's what I'm here for. That's what I'm here for.
Oh, man.
So you could just
Well, we-
expect the next time you see none of every one of us, there will be zero anxiety and plenty of new muscle inside and out.
Oh, it's that, and what AR said. It's the push. It's that. Whoa! It's a spiritual push.
Mm-hmm.
That's a spiritual push. Telling you get the fuck to get the fuck going, motherfucker. Pardon my language. Pardon my. You know what I mean? Like holy.
Yeah,
That's a
because
spiritual
we're
push.
cultivating spirit and character. And then to cycle back real quick, another thing Kevin said is those small changes, man. It's like that with boxing and jujitsu and fucking samurai sword making and everything. It's just these small changes that actually make it super more effective. You know what I mean? It's just like that little bit of curve on the blade, and now I can cut through the bamboo. But before that, I could just hack away and sweat everywhere, and nothing's happening really, right? You know, it's
That's
just these
fucking
very small
evolution.
details.
That's
I'm sorry.
That's fucking evolution. Evolution. People sit there and fucking stagnant and they don't make changes. And they don't make changes. It's the same old shit. You have to constantly be evolving. And right here, you have to listen to the call from above.
I'll tell
Answer
you, I'll
the
give you an
phone.
example. I'm just going to give a quick example of yesterday at the end of the meeting. I just put it out there because you guys know I'm, I'm behind in tech. So I mentioned an app. I just mentioned it. I'm like, yeah, an app. Bam, put the idea out. Kevin put into action. Boom. It fucking went into fruition in the same fucking half a day. Because you know what? It was a challenge. Challenge was accepted and challenge was executed.
Dude, I love this rogue team, man. There is nothing cooler than this shit. This is fucking awesome. And okay, so here's another one. It gives us the Da Vinci sleep, the Da Vinci sleep cycle. Experiment with sleep cycles such as polyphasic sleep, where you might take multiple short sleeps in a 24-hour period instead of one long sleep at night. I have a real life anxiety building example. I drove all night, got on the ferry, worked all day yesterday. The sunset was so beautiful when I was taking my worker friend home back to his house, who was working with me. And I told myself, man, I'm coming back and I'm jumping straight in the water and I'm swimming way the fuck over there. By the time I got back, because there's some construction going on by this guy's house, and there was this big holdup, it was already dark. And I was sitting there saying, I should do it anyway. But I didn't. And I felt anxiety from that to the point where it actually affected my little Da Vinci sleep experiment. So all those little lessons wrapped into one, I'm just kind of putting that together now.
The challenge accepted, right? Challenge accepted.
Whoa.
If you're just put that in your mind, challenge accepted. Wow. This is a whole different. This is where you're going up. You're building that ramp, and we're just putting in another fucking beam, motherfucker, right here. You know what I mean? Like it's just like that's what's happening here. It's the next level. This is next level. Challenge accepted, right? Like
one of the one thing that you mentioned, Brandon, was the technology thing, like too much of it, because I know that I have days where I binge watch YouTube videos, and you know, I never feel good after a long binge. I've been on a Jordan Peterson binge watching thing. Granted, I'm learning, and it's not just fluff bullshit. But or Bob Proctor, I binge watch Bob Proctor videos too, because I know the power of repetition is where it's at. You gotta hardwire this shit somehow, right? But there's a fine line of, okay, like yesterday, I started eating dinner while watching some YouTube videos. All the while, my head was saying, "But you said you'd read those 2 chapters in the book." And so there came a point where I said, "Okay, enough with the YouTube. Read the chapters in the book," and you know, it worked out. But there is a too much, like David Goggins says, he doesn't run with his phone. You know, that using technology is cheating when you're out, you know, with yourself and your thoughts. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you can be listening to these YouTube things as well, because you know that your senses, right? If you lose one sense, your other senses are heightened, right? So if you're watching a YouTube video and you're listening to a YouTube video, you have 2 senses combined, or you know, whatever, that you're not fully engaged in getting what you're getting out of it. So you could be listening to that YouTube video while taking a walk, and you'll actually retain more. And at the same time, if you watch video after video after video, you're not going to retain as much, because you're, you know, break it down into like, I'm going to watch like two of these things or something, or I'm going to go for a walk while I'm doing it, or, you know, make dinner while I'm doing it or something. So now you're killing 2 birds with 1 stone.
Yeah, but I think what Brandon was saying, eliminate the technology completely as one of the
True.
When's the last time everybody in this room actually took an entire day away from technology, away from conversation? I just told it to give me more, It says limitations on speaking, limitations on time that you spend in certain things, limitations on modern conveniences. You know, but it's just like, when's the last time you spent an entire day in nature away from all of this? You know, just you and out in the world to actually, and how beneficial would a day like that be? Or how beneficial was that last day you did that, or whatever, several years ago when you were a little kid in fucking Boy Scouts and you walked off or whatever? For a lot of people, you know what I mean, haven't done it.
Well, that's true. That's true. You'd be truly reflecting. You'd be truly reflecting on everything that was going on in your life, because you wouldn't be distracted. Right. So it sounds like
I went a couple of days last week without a phone, and it was pretty good.
Yeah. But if you were to do that once in a while and reflect, I think you would come into a pretty good place of peace, and actually focus on your strategy and your planning and your goals and everything else.
Yeah.
So I think
Yep.
Go ahead.
I do believe an overusage of technology is anxiety inducing, because it's unnatural. You know,
Yes.
You want to alleviate anxiety, you gotta, like Brandon says, you gotta get back to nature. That's where it's at. That's where peace and contentment is found. You know, there's too much noise on, and it's almost immediate. My frustration is almost immediate watching YouTube. I'm like, fucking advertisement, waiting for the 4 seconds to pass so I can hit skip, you know? It's almost immediate, man. So
that is hardcore. So, but yeah,
Because these
But
creative,
I would
it's
agree
because
with you. It
Go ahead.
dilutes you. It dilutes you.
yeah, it's a true
Yeah.
statement. That's a true statement. It takes
Right?
your time away from what it would be naturally applied to.
Well, yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah.
mean, I've got caught on Instagram a few times, and I'm like, what the fuck have I been doing for the past hour? Like literally, it almost frightens you. It's like, what am I looking at? Wow, whoa, stop! Like
I know,
I've literally
right?
thrown my phone. I've like literally thrown my phone on the floor and be like, whoa, that's enough
Yeah.
of that. Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
get away from this.
And we know that the technology wants to be
Boss.
as captivating as possible, man. So that's another challenge, an
Right.
opportunity to build strength. You know, we know they're trying to make that shit as convincing, and you know, we know they're seeding it. I was even watching something that Chat GPT, when it comes to politics, has been seeded with lies or bias. Excuse me.
Yeah, let's
So,
be very, very
You don't say?
yeah, very
You don't say.
cautious of this,
yeah,
because that is, I'm gonna call it a digital trap,
For sure.
right?
For
It,
sure.
it's a digital trap. And a trap, who wants to be in a trap? No one.
Yeah. And the
No one.
worst thing, and I've seen this in a million different forms, and I'm going to start looking at my phone as a freaking electronic exploding collar after this conversation moving forward. But I've seen it in other forms that like people get trapped and they don't know it. And that's that play on the devil is the biggest, the best thing the devil ever did is make you believe that he doesn't exist. And it's just like, if you can be trapped without knowing it, you know what I mean? There's so many forces, it seems, out there that want to do this to people, you know, this deceptive trapping. And man, that's the ugliest, most caustic place you could possibly be. Just think about that. You know what I mean? A freaking animal will chew their freaking leg off. But if they've got you deceived, if they've got you deceived, they're just ignorant to the trap, you know, then they've got you. They've got you. And then whenever you figure it out, you're going to be in some freaking big old regret hole.
Really, really, this is kind of freaky too, but it puts you into elongated trance.
Yeah.
Big time, big time.
So it sounds like we're figuring out. If you find yourself coming in
Trance.
to the
Yep.
to the awareness, to the acknowledgement that you've been in something like that, action is how you get out. You just start taking action.
Yes.
Just start taking action. Start listening. Don't get stuck in the regret hole and the anxiety hole, you know, and just start taking action and doing the positive stuff and feeling good about that and stacking it and getting up early so that you can stack more. And then all of a sudden, way faster than you ever thought, you're looking back saying, wow, well, I should have started doing that a few years before, but I'm not gonna cry. I'm gonna just use it as fuel, you know, to make sure that I continuously and consistently do this, because then there's another wall that you're on the side of all of a sudden. After you've been consistent for a minute, it's just like you. And that's the badass wall. That's where you're just like, I actually did this. I'm actually a badass now. And I actually just need to get with only other badasses, and that's it. And then do something like this.
Well, warning, don't get caught up in the digital whirlwind. Right? You're warning, you know, and get into action and basically walk away, right? You know what I mean? Challenge accepted.
Yep. Bring on the deception. I'm going to find even the most craftiest deception. I'm going to bring it so that I can get through it. you know, and be able to identify it for everybody and my young people and all that next time.
Yeah, and for the parents out there, I'll just put it out there. Be aware of the evil babysitter with the phone. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And it's a true it's an actual true statement. I've been saying this to a few people lately, just kind of throwing it out there. And they're like, what did you say? And I'm like, that's the fucking evil babysitter. And they're like, whoa, hang on a second.
Yeah,
They're like, a lady in the grocery store
Right.
said, that's exactly what that is. She's like, that's perfect, she said. She goes, that's
Evil
exactly what they
babysitter.
are. For a 10-year-old or a 14-year-old kid or whatever, right? Or even old, that's an evil babysitter, you know?
Man,
Like, so just,
these kids, these kids' attention spans are so lacking because of these 10-second shorts. These 10-second shorts are like a celebration of ignorance. They really are. They're just so fucking mindless. You know,
Yeah.
let's try not to celebrate ignorance because there's plenty of it out there. Don't celebrate that shit, idiot, and move on. You know?
Yeah.
Americans celebrate ignorance. They do. It's
Whoa.
the American way.
Wow.
Whoa.
Wow.
Holy. That's
Man,
intense.
that's just like that John Joseph singer from the Cro-Mags, who's the Iron Man champion now.
Yeah.
He's like it took me I was like, because he makes these t-shirts that say stop glorifying rats. And it's just like, whoa, man, that is so true. Jeez Louise. Like we
He's
do
a
that,
vegan.
man. Our society is doing that. It's just like, yeah, no, stop all this backstabby, control each other, shit. And you know,
Yes. Yeah.
Man, I almost read his book. He has a book out there. John Joseph.
okay. I didn't even know that. Oh yeah, PMA, right? PMA.
I forget what it's called. I was in a barber shop the other day and dude had it and he actually was gonna lend it to me. And I said, no, you know, I don't know when I'm gonna be back, but I know that he's big in that community, and I think he has a slogan that is called "Meat is for pussies" or some shit like that. You know, he's vegan.
Yeah. He's done the vegan thing, but he's an example of like biodynamic living, actually, because I watched one of his interviews and he was just like, man, chanting Hare Krishna chants have been like the biggest thing that ever helped me. I was like, what? That's weird. But maybe you listen, we definitely live inside. I think one of the biggest hindrances that are going on out there is thinking you know everything. And now your mind is closed to learning shit. And if there was a spiritual reality, you're not going to get there because you're already saying, yeah, that's hocus pocus stuff.
Yeah,
you know
it doesn't exist. Yeah.
And right. And so, and you know, so in this, I found a study just here where because they've done massive studies about child development and screen time. Because, you know, there's learning platforms out there, but who the fuck is going to them? These kids can't keep their focus whatsoever, man. I mean, they're making votes for, but, and I think I saw this in a few different kids, in matter of fact. And you need, you know, when you see a person and then you don't see them for years, then you can really tell the results much more than a person that sees you every single day, right? Or sees a person every single day. And those
the gradual step up. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Right. And I've seen a genius little kid reduced by other elements, but I think video games and technology has a lot to do with it. Just backing their intelligence way back. And this study has found
You've got something.
I got something that's popping off in my head like crazy since we talked about challenges. And what if every day we set like a challenge for
ourselves? What I was saying. That's what
like,
I was saying.
You know, as a group, like, you know, maybe like today we freaking step away from our phones for 2 hours, and then that's just what we do. And then tomorrow we can talk about it, like, you know, how did that go? And then like the next day, challenge for a new language or something like that. But now bringing the kids into it too. What if there was like a 365 fucking challenge where, you know, and it could be fun. Like, kids, you got to build a fucking toothpick house today. You know, and it's a challenge that you bring out to all the fucking kids. And then you make it interesting, because every kid's hooked to a phone, and you know, trying to get your kid to fucking stay away from a phone or a video game is hard, because every other fucking kid is doing the exact same thing. So you're not the cool kid because everyone else is doing it. So tomorrow when you go to school, it's like, oh, how many fucking kills did you get on Fortnite? Well, I didn't play last night. Okay, well, you're fucking suck. Da 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 da. But if there was a 365 challenge for these kids and it was a cool thing, it's like, oh, did you get your toothpick house done last night? Yeah, fuck yeah, I did. Here's mine. Here's mine. And then the next day is like, oh, did you go to the freaking the nature walk or whatever and find something cool in the woods? Oh yeah, this is what I fucking found, you know. And like every day you have a cool thing for these kids to do, where, you know, it's like an hour-long activity or something, but instead of them talking about how many kills they got on Fortnite or what game they achieved, it's like, oh man, how did you do on this challenge, you know? And then you glorify that shit. You glorify the fuck out of that.
I couldn't agree with you. I couldn't agree with you more. And something I just thought about, and it kind of creeped me out, is these screens have turned us robotic. Okay, which is fucking scary. That is a scary fucking thought, to think that we go over and we're robotic to something, and just it's almost like a magnetic force. That is not a good thing, right? A magnetic force to a screen, and a lot of the time it's absolutely pointless.
Pointless.
Absolutely pointless. So the challenge is if you're not doing something productive on your phone, or doing something productive on a screen, challenge yourself to walk away and don't waste your fucking time, right? And that's for everybody out there. And I think everybody will agree. Yeah, I've wasted a lot of time doing that. So there you go. That's my.
I think that's excellent. And maybe even we can front end that. Like, okay, I'm going to pick up my phone now. It is 6:39 a.m. I'm going to put my phone down as soon as it says 7. And now we're making sure that we're using that phone for only productive things. We said we were going to do something, and then we did it, right? And definitely catch yourself. You know what I mean? Like, even in the shopping market, it's just like, man, I can't keep walking around looking at stuff. I should have had exactly what I wanted. I should have came in here.
Back in the day, we waited to get home to check the answering machine.
Yeah. Okay.
No.
Yeah.
We waited all day. We waited all day to go home. Oh, check the answering machine, see if anybody called. And a lot of times you forget. Did you check the answering machine? Oh, I don't fucking care. Who cares? Now we're like, hey, Joel, could call me? Did you call? Did you get back? Whoa.
It's going to be a balance. Because we're trying to drive so hard forward with our financial lives as well, right? So to drive forward with the financial life, you have to be answering your phone calls right away, right? But I think maybe I'm going to go ahead and put in my WhatsApp, like, I am available from this hour to this hour and this hour to this hour, and I'll be responding to my messages during those times as well, you know, to where there's a professional.
I was just throwing it out there how much it's changed.
No,
like, you know what I mean? Like, how much it's changed over a few decades. Like, it's just like, whoa, holy shit, man. Wow.
And it has. And people expect you to be right there at the WhatsApp freaking thing You know what I mean? And like, I get people a lot like, dude, what the fuck? How come you're not? It's just like, whoa, bro. I literally pasted this thing most of the time, but right now I was sanding a wall and my phone was over here, so dust didn't get on it. Chill. You know, and then
Well,
I was
I got something to
driving.
say about that.
I was driving
because-
for 5 hours. Like, fuck. Crazy.
Yeah, with my business, when I started up,
Okay.
it was I took calls at all hours, any day,
Mhm.
blah blah blah, and it pissed me the fuck off, right? Now if someone calls me on a Sunday, or if you call me 2 times in a row, now I'm fucking livid. Fuck you, right? So this is a message to anyone trying to call me 3 times in a row. But at the same time, those people that call on Sundays or they don't respect your boundaries or they call whenever, those are customers and those are people that you don't even fucking need. So setting yourself to, this is my hours. Those people that will call you, those will be proper, good customers that know boundaries, that will pay you your money because they have the money because they're not fucking brain dead. The guys that call you on a Sunday 3 or 4 times in a row don't have any money, and they're probably a piece of shit customer. You don't want to deal with them.
Hey,
Public
ChatGPT,
service announcement.
Send a drone over to Kevin's house. He's not answering his phone.
Guillotine. Guillotine.
I'm gonna paint one of those on my door of my shop, just a big guillotine. And when people come in, they're gonna be like, "Oh, what's that?" And be like, "Come in on Sunday, you'll find out."
Kevin standing there with the rope in his hand, waiting.
Just do it. Just do it.
Play right, man. Just play right.
You called once, call again, call again. 2 minutes.
What happened to Kevin this weekend? Oh, he got in some trouble.
The guillotine
shit,
slipped,
right
the rope slipped. Sorry.
Well, speaking of, we are at the time, fellas, and AK, we haven't heard much from you today. So would you like to give us an ending piece on this or what?
Well, yeah, for sure, dude. It all starts within. That's why we got the name here, right? And at the end of the day, you're the only one that's going to be able to make any moves for yourself. People can help you, people can support you, but chances are, if you're waiting for that, that'll never come. And yeah, just setting. If you're watching this and you want to change, know that you can't completely rewrite your whole day. That's not going to work. That's going to fall off. You need incremental change, and you need to strip the bad shit off your plate, right? Stuff that doesn't serve you. Take inventory of that, and then, because that stuff all takes time, right? So bad habits take time, so you need to fill that time with good stuff, with shit that builds you, but still treat yourself here and there, just so you know, because I've seen this all the time where people just completely rewrite their lifestyle, and 2 weeks later they're back doing what we were doing before, and they're even like doubling down on it, like we talk about, right? Where it's like they're actually getting worse, right? Like a relapse and shit. Well, it is a relapse of sorts.
Yeah, they indulge. They indulge.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. You feel like, well, it's that self-sabotage stuff we talk about too, where, okay, you say a person does completely rewrite their day and sticks to every single thing they set out for themselves for 2 weeks, and then they're like, oh, I did that for 2 weeks, well, I can treat myself a little bit, I've done that for 2 weeks, I can do this for the rest of my life. And all of a sudden, they had one bad weekend with the boys, or one just heavy party weekend, and now you gotta overcome that shit, and now it's almost Thursday in the week and you haven't done anything, and you're just looking towards the weekend, and then that law of diminishing intent, right, Aaron, that creeps in, and all of a sudden, what once was is now, you know, a memory of, hey, yeah, I used to work out back in 1985, man, I crushed it. Shit, you know, it's like, come on.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
old saying, back to square one,
Yep.
Totally.
right?
Yeah,
Right?
And
you
if you
gotta
guys,
square one out, man.
Yeah.
Square
Fuck
one's
yeah.
gonna be worn the hell out.
and if you guys
Yeah, that's all I
watching
got, Brendan.
this, okay, right on. And if you guys watching this have any creative, diverse creative adversities that you can recommend to impose, leave those in the comments and take action on them and leave us a complete thought. I had the idea, I put it into action. This is how I felt. This is what
Yep.
happened afterwards.
Write down your intentions. List what you really want in this life. You know, I want a better disposition. You know, I want to lose some anger. Well, then, you know, figure out what it needs, what you need to do, right? And break it down to 30-day goals, 60-day goals. You got incremental, like, okay, dumb it down for yourself. Okay, if I do this for a month, I should get where I need to be. So just like we say, take the brain out of it, take the thinking out of it,
Yeah.
and just do. Right, Patrick? Just do it.
Just do it, man. Fuck yeah.
Go.
Fuck yeah.
Right.
Get after it. Get after it.
Killer boys.
Right
Fuck
on.
yeah.
Have a good day. Peace.
Thanks
Oh,
for
hell
the meeting, guys.
Good
Thank you for being
Thanks,
here.
Brandon.
It's an honor
Thank
to do
you.
this fight of life with you guys, man.
Killer.
Great subject. Appreciate it.
All of him.